Hello class, this is a video tutorial on plotting linear relationships. This is just more examples for you to see in how to both fill out a table of values and also interpret the table of values into a linear relationship. So let's grab our calculators and let's fill out these tables of values first. Here we go. So looking at this first box, this box means we need to substitute this -2 into our equation. So this is 3 times, so 3 times the value of x. In this first example, x is equal to -2, so bracket -2, like so. This gives us -6. Our next one is going to be 3 times -1, bracket. This will give us -3. And this continues on like this. I can just please get rid of this. This gives us 0. We're moving on to 1. Gives us 3. And moving along to the next one, this will give us 2, which gives us 6. And now we need to plot these points onto our plane. 2, -6. So -2, -6 is all the way down here. -1, -3, -1, -3, 0, 0. So it hasn't moved left or right, it says here, and it doesn't move up or down, so it has stayed right in the middle here. 1, 3, 1, so it's moved 1 to the right, and then 3 up. This next one, it says 2 to the right and 6 up. So 2 to the right and 6 up. Joining all these points along, using our ruler, making sure this is as straight as possible, make it as neat as possible. These are all our points. I think that's the best I can get it. Extending it as far as we can all throughout. Drawing little arrows indicating that this line goes on, and we'll just label it so it makes it look nice and neat. Y equals 3x. So this line represents, this line represents this graph here. Moving right along. You can pause the video at any time and give it a go yourself, because I'm going to be doing these at a slightly faster pace. Here we go. This box means we need to substitute -2 into here. So you'll see in the calculator what it'll look like. It'll be 3 times, we are substituting this value of x. So 3 times -2, close bracket, plus 2. Notice how this this equation is represented here. But instead of this x, it's this value here. Pressing equals, this gives us -4. Moving right along, gonna get rid of the -2 and move to the -1. Gives us -1. Moving along, gonna substitute 0 for x. Moving here, and it keeps on going like this. Gives us the 5. Deleting this, it'll give us the 2. So we're going to substitute 2 in for x there. Notice how this represents that equation in there. Gives us 8. Drawing out all these points and plotting them in first. So we need to take -2, -4, -2's here, moving down to -4, -1, -1, right there in that corner, 0, 2, so 0, 2. Because remember that this y value tells us up and down. So x hasn't moved left or right, but that 2 tells us it's moved up. Moving along, 1, 5, so 1, 5, and 2, 8, 2, 8. Drawing all these points together and joining them together, this will give us something that looks kind of like this. There we are. Once again, this is y equals 3x plus 2. Last two. We're really going to start picking up the pace now. Here we are. This is negative 3x, so it's going to be, make sure you can see it in the camera, this will be negative 3 times negative, put in the bracket, negative 2, like that. Watch very carefully. I want you to take a very close look. Negative 3 x, which means negative 3 times x, but we're substituting negative 2. So this will give us 6. Negative 1 gives us positive 3. 0 gives us 0. Substituting 1 gets us negative 3. Substituting 2 gives us negative 6. Plotting these points in, we get negative 2, 6. So it'll be negative 2, 6. Negative 1, 3. Negative 1, 3. 0, 0. It's right in the middle. 1, negative 3. So 1, negative 3. And 2, negative 6. 2, negative 6. Joining all our dots together, this will give us the line that looks kind of like this. We'll just label this as y equals negative, this is y equals negative 3x. The very last example here, this will be negative 3 times x, but x is what we're substituting, so this will be negative 3 times negative 2 plus 2. This gives us 8. And we're going to move right along, substituting negative 1. This gives us 5. Moving to the next one, substituting 0 gives us 2. When we push in 1 to the equation, we get negative 1. And lastly, when we put 2 here into the equation, we get negative 4. Plotting all these together, we get 2, 8. Sorry, negative 2, 8. So negative 2, 8 is up here. Negative 1, 5. Oops, sorry. Negative 1, 5. Negative 1, 5. 0, 2. 0, 2. 1, negative 1. So 1, negative 1. And lastly, 2, negative 4. 2, negative 4. Joining all these lines together, this will give us a line that looks like so. And this concludes the examples. This is y equals negative 3x plus 2. This concludes the video, and I hope that gave you an insight into graphing linear relationships. Best of luck!